Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors once again. Go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Alright. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways across the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth, all honesty and sincerity. Alright, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. This is Naaman the DC Camp. And as you can see here on the screen, this is Judge Joe Brown. And what he's going into here is, this so-called white man who is of the nation of Edom. They are the wicked. All right. As Job 9 and 24, as a lot of you know. All right. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right. And that's who's ruling. Can you not see by what's going on around you? Do you not have eyes? And that's the question I have. All right. All these agendas, one of the one that's out there for everybody to see is this, LGBTQ, whatever else letter. They're trying to add P for pedophile. Oh, but that's right. They don't refer to them as pedophiles anymore. They're called, what is that? Minor attractive persons. Yeah, these are some real pieces of shit, you know that. But in any case, trying to soften the blow there, as might be more appealing. These some pieces of shit, boy, I tell you. But anyway, in this, he's going to go into gatekeepers. All right, and this is something that from the apostles on down. For those of you that don't know, there are those that are considered the elites amongst Jake, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, so-called. All right, that he will use, and they will select usually from the universities. All right, and these are the ones that, well, let's just look up Gatekeeper. I already got it set up for you. Number one, all right, this is from the American Heritage Dictionary. It says, number one is one that is in charge of passage through a gate. Okay. Number two, one who monitors or oversees the actions of others. Getting a little warmer. Three, one who controls access to something, such as information or services. Bingo. That's what the one we're dealing with right now. All right. One who controls access to something, such as information or service. You got to understand this so-called white man. The powers that be, from the elite banking families on down. They've got this set up to where it's basically, in their eyes at least, they want to keep it running as close to a well-oiled machine with little to no interference. Every once in a while they'll have a hiccup here and there, a problem in maintenance, and they'll have those, all right, that are, set up to deal with those so-called hiccups. And we've seen a lot of those in the last, 10 years or so. I'm talking about these upheavals, all right. A lot of information has come out. You got those that are trying to, plug in holes in the dikes, all right. But there's so much information that's coming out, they can't do it. They can't cover it all. They can't sweep it under the rug like it used to. All right, so we're going to roll this video. I've talked enough. And keep scriptures in mind. I'll bring out scriptures as it calls. So let's roll. You know what? I just thought of something else. God dang it. Let me read that copyright thing again. Hey, because, if I get really petty. Let's see. There we go. All right. Fair Use Act disclaimer. All right, because this is just used as a teaching tool, nothing else. I'm not profiting out of this. It's Fair Use Act disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, ding ding, scholarship, education, and research. Another one, ding ding. All right, fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so got that out of the way. Now let's get to it. See, that's the thing too. You know, these contracts. He mentioned Monique, and that's been going on for a little while now. This devil is very crafty, and they've got it so in these contracts. If you're not familiar with Latin, it's like who is, especially among Jake. All right, now you've got to get one of their interpreters that you call lawyers or liars, whatever, and it's all a big sham. All right. And when you understand the law and lawyer and all that, and it's understand its relationship to Judah, the judiciary and all that. Oh, it's nothing original. Not too much well, how am I going to phrase that? It's very little original about what these Edomites do. You can always find a reference point in the past. That's just their nature. That's their modus operandi. All right. That's what they do. They're a bunch of lowlives and thieves, robbers, murderers, all right, by nature, all right. So whenever you see whatever they do, just, hey, remember, at some point, where'd this motherfucker, you got to ask yourself that question, where'd they steal this shit from? Where'd they steal this idea? All right, anything. All right, let's continue on. You know what? Scratch that. Let's get a scripture real quick, since I said what I said just now. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2. Hey, you got to get it. Verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. What are some of his devices? Well, let's look into what that word device means. All right. In the Greek, that is, all right, Naima. Naima. All right, Strong's G3540. A mental perception or thought, an evil purpose. Again, who are we dealing with? We're dealing with the wicked. All right, Malachi, first chapter, verses 1 through 4. The point being in verse 4, but you need to read all 4 verses. All right, Job 9:24. You know, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, a mental perception, purpose, the intellect. He's big on intellect. um, a mind, a device. All right. But in this case, stick with 2, an evil purpose. All right. And that's what this devil is all about. You know, he has an agenda, a wicked agenda. All right. Let's go to, in the same book, let's go to 4 and 4. All right. The heading here is Paul's apostolic ministry. All right. Because he was going all around about to, all right, to the people that were, all right, caught up in the heathens' customs and traditions, you know, and wanted nothing or totally forgot who they were. All right. It says, in whom the God of this world, all right, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, Colossians 1st chapter, all right, should shine unto them. All right. And that's the thing with a lot of Jake. They have been purposely blinded. Isaiah 29th chapter and 10. All right, read that. Isaiah 6 verse 9 and 10. All right, read that. All right. There's a lot of people that are going to get it because the Most High did not want them to get it. Let's go to Romans. All right. Be subject to government. Let's see. All right. This is what we're out here on the highways and byways trying to let our people know. You need to get this. You know, all we can do is put it out there for you per Ezekiel 3rd chapter. That's what we're doing here. Verses 17 on that. Read again the whole chapter because the beginning of it is good too. You know, it applies here also. But my main point, verses 17 through 19. We're out here to do what we do. You know, hopefully these things will take root in our people's mind. You know, we plant that seed, but it's not for us for you to get it. You know, the watering and the growing, that's up to, you know, the Lord. All we can do is plant the seed. All right. It says Romans 13:11, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. All right. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. A lot of our people are not paying attention to what's going on, you know, beyond their so-called hood. All right. And they've been conditioned to do this, but nonetheless, doesn't matter. All right. At some point, you got to say, well, wait a minute. These guys are out here faithfully. You know, if it's not every week, twice a week, 3 times a week, wherever we can, and whenever we can get it in. Wait a minute. Rain, shine, sleet, snow, they're out there. Damn, that's diligence. That's steadfastness. That's faithful. Maybe there's something to this, but nah. What they want to see is somebody with celebrity. All right. See, they're all caught up in this worldly bullshit. All right. Something else that these devils put out there. Now people are just, you know, caught up in it. All right. But in any case, verse 12, the night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, which is what our people are caught up in. They want to be niggers and hoes and bitches and sluts. They take pride in that wicked ass shit. Let me read that again. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, which those are, and let us put on the armor of light. Our people don't want. Come on. It's not going to prosper them. All right. It's not going to feed their fleshly desires. All right. For this world. Why should I be interested in it? Why? It's not going to profit me. That's how they look at it. Not realizing what they're throwing away. All right. Because this man, so-called white man, this Edomite, he's going down. All right. His power structure, his grip on this world is going to be cast off. All right. And we're seeing it, and it's happening quickly. Since I said that, that's Luke chapter 10, 7 is sent out. All right. Happy results. And this is happy. And he said unto them, and he is Yahweh Shai, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right. Meaning his kingdom, his power. That's a beautiful thing to see. All right, let's roll the rest of the video. Salakia. So that's what he's going into. You remember, not long ago, he was in the news about this huge lawsuit. I believe it was, how many billion? Now you got to ask yourself, when have you heard Jake? And that's what he's getting ready to describe here. It's more going on for him to even be in considered for that. Let's listen. Reciprocity. But what did he do? Remember Cosby and NBC? Yeah, Memphis is. I was stationed there a little while. See, and that's this thing where you like to talk, well, I like, got to be reminded that a lot of Jake are so focused on, they have uh, what do you call them? Blinders, all right? They're so focused on why this, why that. What's a gatekeeper? What did I just read? The definition for gatekeeper. You have those of us, and what he's going in here, Memphis. You got to remember, since that incident that happened where those cops beat that Jake to death, that's a so-called black female police chief, and he just told you it's like at least 65% of the force is so-called black. Those are your worst ones. Why? Because they're trying to please. They got that mindset that they're trying to please massa. All right. You got to understand, when we read scriptures like Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, there's nothing new under the sun. All right. That's exactly what it means. This whole system, another word for that is pit, that we're in here. All right. As long as this devil, the so-called white man, is in charge, it's never, ever going to change. We as a people, all right, we are, when it comes to slavery, first of all, you have to understand that never went away. And a lot of people are going to go there, what the fuck is he talking about? That's my point. You don't even realize you're still a slave. You're so caught, when I say these blinders, you're so caught up in looking at everything as it was in the past. A lot of our people haven't, because of the lies they've been taught, so-called history. They're so caught up in, well, we were freed in 1865. No, we weren't. Why? Because you never studied. You never went further than what this so-called white man and his educational system told you. All right. Notice I said told you. Our people just lazy. And a lot of them, and we see it out there on the highways and byways. You got those, deer in the headlights look. We tell them certain things to the point where they might even get offended by it. But a lot of our people are lazy. All right. They're just lazy. That's another word. They're so content with their position. All right. That's the problem in itself. You're content with being a slave. You're a perpetual slave. You're comfortable with it. All right. You got to understand a lot of people are going to say, well, what are you talking about? And I'm just a lay person in this. All right. But a lot of this is just common sense. When you get into psychology, all right, that's part of this devil's witchcraft. All right, you got to understand this thing is designed, all right, where he's got it running now to where he does, well, I won't say, it's very little that he has to do, and he has things built in, including people, all right, that are put in place to keep this thing running as smoothly as possible. All right. Think of it like that. All right. And it extends to our people. They get to these levels and they put them in place, all right, to maintain control. It's not that hard, people. But a lot of them, no, that can't be right. This is America. You've fallen into that fucking trap. America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Whatever. If you can't see this shit is falling apart by now, you know what? You deserve what's coming to you real soon here. This is not, as some said, this is not like around the corner. This is at your door. All right? This is at the door. A lot of our people, they're going to get caught up. They don't realize that the money system, as you have always known it, is going by the wayside. All right, and all these people out here hustling. All right, you're able now to make a little extra under the table. That's going by the wayside. That is about to be very shortly here a thing of the past. Because when this goes digital, you ain't going to be able to do all this side hustle and under the table and all this other shit. It's over. Because this is about total control. And it's going to be beautiful because the people that laughed and mocked. You know, how many movies have you seen like this? All right. And you give credit to the Edomite director, not knowing that the director of directors, all right, I believe it's Isaiah 46:10, hold on, but you don't give him credit, all right, but you believe in this. And that's the thing, this so-called white man, this Edomite, is a god, all right, to our people. This is Isaiah 46, Babylon's idols and the true power. This is verse 10. You don't give. This is why we're in the predicament where, we're in now. This is Isaiah 46:10 says, declaring the end from the beginning, the ultimate director and producer. And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right? See, you can't, these things are really, in the Apocrypha, it tells you not to, I'm paraphrasing here, but not get involved or seek those things that are too high for you. All right? Remember, Isaiah 55th chapter, starting at verse 8, talks about my thoughts are not your thoughts. All right? This is way beyond what mortal man. But yet, when Esau tells it, he went to Oxford and, Cambridge and all these other motherfucking schools and, he thinks he's on some level. And that's actually, it's the next chapter here, verse, 47, those things that his witchcrafts, his prognosticators, all these things he used to depend on, well, they're not working anymore. All right? But in any case, it's got a little bit more here. Let's continue. Yep. And this is where Jake just don't get it. You think you get on some level that you can do the same things that these devils do. This is his kingdom. And I stress, this is his kingdom, not ours. All right? You will put there for a specific reason. You serve a specific purpose. Coming down to it, we put out, scriptures like Micah 2:10, Hebrews 11th chapter. All right, this is not our rest. All right, we are supposed to be like pilgrims. We're supposed to have that mindset. Isaiah 51:14, the captive exile, which we are as a nation, the captive exile, that's northern, southern kingdom. That's both houses. All right. All right. We should hasten to be loosed from here, meaning we should want to get the fuck up out of here. Like yesterday. Because nothing here, like I said, this is not our rest. All right. This is temporal. All this shit. It's going to be burnt up. Vaporized. However you want to put it. 2 Peter 3rd chapter, start at 10. All right. Verse 11 tells you the same thing. All right. Let's go ahead and get it. Oh, what the hell? Oh. Whoops. 2 Peter 3 and 11 go straight to the point. It says the coming day of the Lord, right? Verse 11, a new heaven and new earth. It says, seeing then, I'll read 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Fervent heat. Let's go into that real quick. So like as soon as it pulls up here. Fervent. Let's see, what could that mean? Strong's G 2741. Kalsau. And it means to burn up, set fire to. Alright. Hey, those nuclear missiles. Alright. That's the reason why they were created. Not to look at in a museum. They were created to be used. And if you're paying attention, which hopefully you are, but if you're not, I suggest you do so. That mess going on over there in the Ukraine, remember that scripture in Isaiah, let me get it real quick, about the least of them, drawing them out. Well, that's happening as I speak. Alright. Let's see. What's that? Jeremiah. Hold on. Oh, prophecy against, let's see. Prophecy against Edom. Let's see. Yep. Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, again, we're dealing with Edom, right? Doesn't matter if they call themselves Ukrainian, Russian, German, Polish, alright, Lithuanian, whatever. They're all Edom. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Most High, Yahweh. That's the Lord in all caps. That's the Most High. That he hath taken against Edom. Alright? The so-called white man, as you know him today. And his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. That's that area of Germania there. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. These are the ones in the shadows. Amalek. Now they call themselves Ashkenazi Jews. Oh, Jews. Alright. There's so many holes in that when you understand the history and we understand the peoples. Genesis 10th chapter. I suggest you start there. Alright. They are not Japhetic. Oh boy. That's another, video. But in any case, it exposes the lie right there. I'll just put it that way. Alright, let's see what little else they got here on the video. Yeah, I'm going to stop it right there. I'll put the link. You can, that's the point of this. I have to say, let's go to some of the comments. I didn't intend for it to go this long, but some of these make sense and they hit the point that I'm about to, because these guys, these podcasts, they're not expert, interviewers. Let's see. Big ups. This is young Frank Matthews. Straight to the point. You don't get to those types of billions being black, so-called. It's a little too late, but unless you do them, those people, some favors, which always seems to be something detrimental to your own kind. I brought up briefly the topic of Bill Cosby. Remember back in the day, he was trying to buy NBC. They couldn't have that. And I will believe that what happened to his son was a message to him. I always believed that. And they still couldn't let it go. And look what happened to him, a few years ago. All right. Let's see. It's 2023. We can't keep suppressing the truth. It's time to clean house, learn, and build. If our brothers and sisters don't want to repent for past wrongs to us or help the community, get them out the way. All right. And as much as people respect Judge Joe Brown, it's not him, all right, who's telling you who you really are, and who you should be praying to, more importantly. All right. Zechariah 11 and 5 and Jeremiah 14 and 2, when it talks about we're talking about gatekeepers, right? Let's go to stay in Jeremiah 14 and 2. All right. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are blackened to the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Gates, what is it talking about there? Let's go into that. Gates. Strong's H8179. Shire. All right. The obvious meaning, gate or of entrance, gate of space inside, gate, for example, marketplace, public meeting place. All right. City, town, gate of palace, royal castle, temple, court of tabernacle. All right. Let's go on down here. And it goes to gate. It says, absolutely. Let's see. Judges. Let's see. 9 and 40. Hold on. Let's go to Jacinius. All right. Let's see. Where trials. This is all. If you see Nehemiah 8 and 16 here, where trials were held and the citizens assembled. All right. Some of them for business and some to sit at leisure, to look on and converse. All right. It says Lamentations 1 and 4, whence Bashire in the gate often for in the forum in judgment. All right. And that's surely lacking in what we're dealing with today. All right. Those who sit in the gate. All right. All the assembly for my people. And that comes out of Ruth 3 and 11. Psalm 69:13. Let's see. I think you get the point now. All right. Those things we're sorely lacking in. Remember, in Isaiah 3rd chapter, it talks about what was taken away from us. All right. Those things. That's what you have to consider too. I said Zechariah. This is Zechariah 11 and 5. Heading here is the doomed flock. That's Jake. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Most High Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Those people that so-called white man appointed our leaders, hey, just keep them quiet, maintain some type of order. Don't worry, we got you. Those types. All right. Shepherds. Strong's H7462. Raya. Let's see. Pastor, 10 gates, 10 path, the shepherd of ruler. Teacher. Teacher, languish. All right. Herdsman. All right. Got that idolater. That comes into play too. Let's see. Companions, be a fresh friend. Let's see. Let's see. Devour, eat up, evil entreat. Pastor. All right. That's another. Yay. Jeremiah 23rd chapter. Ezekiel 22nd chapter. Starting at around 20th verse. All right. Pastor. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. These things are, we've been betrayed. All right. The Arabic, the Jacinius Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, and figuratively to guard, to care for, to rule. These things he has appointed over us. Like I said, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, there's no new thing under the sun. All right. What did he set up on the plantations for us? Overseers. All right. Even amongst our own. Nothing new. Our people get all caught up because, you see, our people get some money. Look what they did to, have you forgot what they've done to Kyrie Irving and Kanye West? My goodness. Our people just, they just refuse to see. But that's going to be it on that. Again, I didn't mean for it to go this long, but hey, in the spirit. So, reading these comments, they call him a hero and all, but, whatever. I mean, use him for some of the points that he makes, but no, you can't. No. And to make my points, but to understand, he is the last one and that interview, I think I did a video on that a few years ago, by James Earl Ray, and King. He was the judge, all right, because he says he knew that that man didn't kill King. All right, again, that's another video, but he was a judge that refused, what was it? That's a whole nother matter, but he was the last judge that James Earl Ray went up before, trying to get a new trial. But in any case, hey, I hope whoever views this, of course, is edified. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. Filter all these things, these events, through the scriptures, so you'll know what time you're in. All right, and hopefully you figured out that time is very, very short. All right, so if you're sitting on the fence, I encourage you to get off that fence. All right, because there's not much time left. All right, so with that, hey, until the next video, shalom.